Hi, and welcome to Australian Gamers Friday Night Podcast. I'm Matt.
And I'm Yug.
And I'm Romi.
Hey.
Tonight, we're going to be talking about the fact that Halo 3 is actually finished.
That was, you took a long time to say that for once. Usually you say them really quick, and you complain that I actually take ages to say things.
You drag things out.
You dragged that out.
I didn't.
You
I
did.
just said Halo 3 is now finally finished.
And
that
we-
was like 6 words.
Can we keep going?
No.
The Pope
We
slams
need to discuss this here and now.
No, the Pope...
Let's resolve this issue
No.
before it dwells and festers within us.
Okay, there are so many issues that need resolving between us, alright? The Pope slams violent games because he's hip. I can't believe you wrote that. Keep
I
going.
can't believe you said it when I told you 4 times. Don't
Keep
bother
going.
saying that.
We haven't even gotten halfway through the introduction. Can you please keep going?
The Crossing, new game, combines enemy AI provided by humans.
The PlayStation 3 is officially announced.
And Romi talks about Romi.
We have a special guest
And
with
we
us.
talk about Romi. And Romi talks about us. And Romi also talks about cardboard.
Hello, how are you?
Hello, Romi.
I'm doing fine, boys. How are you?
Yes,
Lovely.
Lovely, yes.
How many people when they meet you say, "Where's Michelle?" Because that was like my first thought.
Pretty much everyone named Michelle.
I'm sorry, why
Oh, really?
Michelle? I don't get that.
Romi and Michelle's high school reunion.
Yeah, that one.
You never saw it?
You
Is
never
that a
heard
movie?
of it.
Yeah, two blonde
You
chicks
live
go
in
back
this
to high
century,
school.
right? You didn't understand
I'm sorry,
things.
was that one of the greatest movies of our time?
Oh,
that I missed?
so good. It had Lisa Kudrow and who was the other chick?
I don't know, but she had my name, so it was cool.
Yeah, that's it. That's all we
Okay.
got. There's so nowhere to go with this at all.
Fair enough. Well, welcome to the podcast. Do you have anything to say for yourself?
Yeah.
Because I know you're really nervous and you're not sure what to say.
And then you're going to try and put me on the spot, but that's okay, because our kind listeners will forgive me.
Yes.
Do you read the forum after we do this thing? It's like,
Yes, I have my own fan
you people are
club.
morons.
I don't know why.
You do. You have a fan club. We've been doing this for ages and no one gives a crap. And you come on and you've got a fan
I
club.
always did wonder this actually. When we first put up your forum, suddenly someone said that it's your fan club.
Wasn't
Was
it
that
Oracle
someone
started?
No, it was someone who was
Yeah, I
new to the
didn't-
forums.
Because if you have to start your own fan
No,
club,
see-
that's pretty pathetic. I warn you now.
My
Just look
assumption,
at the username.
my assumption was it was someone that you knew.
Yeah, someone from my MSN list that I met online, and I told him about Australian Gamers, so he went and checked it out, and then next minute he's come and said, "Hey, Romi, you've got your own fan club," and I'm like, "What are you talking about? Why me?" And yeah, next minute I had a look, and there was this little post with a fan club for me.
Was it that guy who started the fan club, or did he just mention to you that someone else
He
had?
started it. He's a
Oh,
little sweetie.
okay,
I don't really know him, but thank you anyway if you're listening.
Yeah,
He's a
you
fan.
should
He
be
should be
thankful to
listening.
your fan club. That's right.
Yeah, send him
How
a
come you guys aren't in my fan club? Don't you like me?
Not very much.
Not really. No.
Maybe someone
that
will have
worked out
pity
well.
on me.
Well, look, I mean, let's talk a little bit about you.
Let's talk about Rome.
Let's
Okay.
not. How about we talk about the
No.
Pope? The Pope
No.
that slams violent video games.
We go backwards.
The Pope doesn't even have a fan club.
To be completely honest, I mean, half the time we don't even talk about what we actually begin
No,
with.
we
so
actually pretty much just say that to get it out of the way.
tangents. Lots of long tangents. So
Yeah.
where do you work?
I work at Krome Studios.
Ooh. What do you do there?
I'm an assistant producer.
Ooh. Okay.
Do you know what that means?
Yeah, you
Hold on. Do you know what that means?
No, not
You
really.
assist the producer, I would assume.
Yep.
There is a producer, and you're his assistant, right?
And he's really awesome. Are we?
What-
Do you get a pay rise for this? Like, what's the deal? Is there a
No,
reason?
I guess you've got to understand. I mean, half the people listening to this podcast, they aren't in the video game industry. Like they are interested in the positions that people actually have because they're like, maybe I could be like that someday.
You don't want to be a producer. Just forget anything he said.
Okay, why
it's a hard
no,
job.
why not?
Why?
What is the job?
Why?
You basically have to take care of all the programmers and all the artists and make sure that the game gets shipped on time. You know, very stressful.
Hold on.
long
Are
hours.
you suggesting that you don't like any of the producers or the artists or the design? Is that what you're saying?
I'm pretty sure
But
that's
I'm
what
not
she
the
was
producer.
saying.
I'm the assistant producer.
Oh,
I
okay.
love my
So you're
team.
saying the producer that
producer
your boss
doesn't like
doesn't
them.
actually like anyone who works at Chrome?
Look, we're not trying to bait you.
No,
or
no,
anything
no.
here.
This is not. We're not
No.
trying to stir up crap and get you in
Uh-huh.
trouble at work. No, absolutely not.
No one at Chrome listens to these
No,
podcasts.
no.
Yeah, I'm sure. Not at all. There's only
No.
Hi to all the
300
guys at Chrome.
people now, I think.
It's all right. We'll just spam them.
Yeah, no, it'll be fine. No one will notice.
No, my producer's a really great guy. It's a really hard job, but, you know, it's very rewarding at the same time.
Why?
Sometimes. Why? Because you get to say, I can't say what I'm working on, so.
Yeah, you can.
Yeah, you
Come
can.
on.
No, come
It's
on.
all right.
guys.
No, come on. You're you're part of
well-
Australian Gamer. You can tell us.
Well,
no one's
just-
listening.
We'll
I
just
need
pause
my
the
job, so-
podcast.
Yes, I'm pausing it right now.
There we go.
I might be
It's paused.
naive, but I'm not that stupid. So how about am I allowed to say stupid?
No, we're not allowed to use words.
We don't allow those kind of words.
We don't allow words of any kind on the podcast. No adjectives.
Well, so that means I can still talk, but you can't, Matt. Is that right?
Well, you don't know what the words mean, so you're allowed to use them. Good, excellent. No words. Well done.
So on to the next topic.
All right, fine. We'll
and the
move on to
PS3
next
has
topic.
officially been announced.
Oh, look, you sound like you have a lot to say about this.
Oh, you actually have an opinion.
No, because I don't even know how much it's selling for. $1,000.
I believe your
$999.
interest is mostly in getting off the topic of talking about you and your job.
Okay, yeah.
That's all right.
I'm not going to let it go.
No,
we'll come back.
We'll come back
bring
to
it
that.
back.
Exactly. But let's talk about the PlayStation 3. That's a good one to move on to.
Yes.
So the PlayStation 3, $999, officially announced that it will launch in Australia on the 24th of March.
23rd, I thought.
23rd, 24th. Who cares? It's
It'll
ages
probably
away.
be the 24th, which is actually midnight on the 23rd, and everyone will line up and look like goobers.
Now here's the thing. I mean, you can still import a PlayStation 3 from overseas for $800.
Really?
Yes.
Is it that little?
Yeah.
Wow.
Right. Now,
why can't Sony?
You're just advertising this to everyone. They're going to love you.
No, I don't care.
No, they don't have to love us. If they've listened to any podcast or ever read the site, they already don't love us.
Okay, we'll tell you where to go.
Our current update has a picture of the guy from Sony saying he's going to stop screwing over the customer. I mean, really.
And we make a joke out of it because we don't think he will.
Yeah, I mean, as if that's going to happen.
But the point is that like they've officially. I mean, of course they were going to announce it eventually, but I don't think anyone.
There was no date.
I don't. Two things surprised me. First of all, I don't think anyone really, honestly expected it to literally launch for $1,000 in Australia. I think everyone thought.
No, I actually figured it would be $1,000.
I never thought that. And the second thing is, they're not offering the lower end version at launch. They're not giving people the choice. They're not giving people the 20 gig.
It's a
lower
60 gig
version or nothing. And
I know which choice I've made.
Well, I mean, don't get me wrong. I mean, I'm sure there's a lot of Sony people that loves. Of course, there are. There's people that are going to get a Sony PlayStation 3 at launch, no matter what. But
no, I used to love Sony. I used to be a PlayStation girl. But then ever since Gears came out, I don't know. The PS3 just doesn't quite do it
Gears
for
of
me
War
anymore.
really changed you.
Yes.
Oh my God! Every goddamn time.
It's not every time. Who is
it's
it?
nearly every time.
Who is it?
It is Ashwin. Oops!
Really?
I think I accidentally cancelled that.
Hold on. Keep talking. I'm going to call him back.
Hello. All right. Why are we doing that?
Because he can be a special guest on the podcast.
No. Is there
Let's
any chance I can talk you out of this?
No.
No, but
Okay.
while he's occupied, we can talk about why he was down on his all fours.
Hold
No,
on.
I actually
Stop. Just 1 second. Hold on. Ashwin, can you hear me? Hold on. Can you hear me? Yeah. Okay. You're on the podcast right now. How do you feel about that?
I'm good. Did it catch that bit when I said, "Hey, you bastard"?
You just swore right then, and it just came through.
We are actually recording this, Ashwin.
We are recording this live. You are actually on the podcast.
All right. Let me put on work voice. Okay, I'm cool.
This is the
I'm sorry.
most boring radio I've ever heard.
Ashwin, I will call you back. I'll catch up with you later.
Okay, thanks.
All right, see ya.
Ooh, who's
Ladies and
that?
gentlemen, could you please turn off your phone?
Sorry, I'll put it on silent. Sorry, that was Ashwin from Oran, by the way.
Yeah.
If anyone ever saw the photos that we took when we went down to Game 1, very impressed. Ashwin and Matt actually managed to pick up girls at a bowling alley.
This is true.
It is true.
Was it more a bar than a bowling alley? There was no
both.
bowling
It was
involved.
both.
Was it that bowling alley that we saw looking over the veranda? You know, one with the flashing neon lights?
No, that was the,
No,
that's the gay bar.
That's the gay bar.
You know, it had to be one of those.
Picked up a
two.
couple of girls there too. That didn't end up as I thought.
Matt, they weren't girls.
Yeah, I know. That was kind of the joke I was going for subtly, but thank you for spelling it out.
I was just letting everyone know, just so no one had any misconceptions.
Okay, we'll just assume all
Do you
our
really think
listeners
they
are
believe
idiots.
it?
But yeah, fair enough.
All right, let's keep going. Okay, is there anything else to say about the PlayStation 3?
I would like to say.
Yes, what would you like to say?
I would like to say.
What would you like to say?
I never liked you. That $1,000 buys me a lot of time at Madam Who's Pleasure Palace, and I think I'd like to spend my money there instead.
That's true. You could go there like, about 500 times because you only go for 2 minutes each.
Yeah. I'm going for a record. Speed record. Anyway, $1,000 is a lot of money, and there's a lot I'd rather do with it than give it to Sony.
So are there
Just-
any good games coming out that make it worth buying?
Well,
No.
the question is not whether there's good games coming up. The question is how many of them are going to be exclusive to the PS3, and they're dropping like flies.
No, you're wrong, actually. The question is how
Oh,
many good
God.
games coming out. Look, in the same respect that the Xbox...
You're wrong, actually.
Shut up. In the same respect that the Xbox was the most powerful one of the last generation, if you were to get a game that was on different platforms, you'd want to get it on the Xbox because it ran the best, it always had the most content, it always looked the best and all that kind of stuff. Same with the PlayStation 3. Any multi-platform games are going to look best and play best on the PlayStation 3.
Yeah, now it's interesting you mentioned that. I noticed one thing that's coming out very soon will actually be Rainbow Six Las Vegas will actually be quite an early, maybe even a launch title on the
PlayStation 3.
On the PlayStation 3.
Yeah.
Now we've seen the Xbox 360 version just come out. We'll have a review of it up very, very soon.
Tomorrow.
Today. By the time you
You're listening to this, it's already up there.
It's already up. Just go click around, you'll find it.
Go now.
Anyway, whatever. So that'll be one of the first good, high-end, late sort of.
I would have thought it would be one of the best examples to showcase the PlayStation 3's capabilities over the Xbox 360.
If that's how it turns out, yeah. At the very least, my point was it's going to be a really good place to see.
Yeah, that's true.
See them side by side and go.
It's interesting because my attitude towards the PlayStation 3 initially was very like PlayStation 3, Xbox 360, very much on par. But from what people have been telling me, including you, actually, it's a significant step above once people are able to unlock their capabilities. Do you know
theoretically, technically
do you
better?
Know any of this kind? I mean, you do work in the game industry where you are making games.
Yeah, but I've been stuck on the Wii, to be honest.
Oh, so
completely fascinated with it.
Really?
Yeah.
So Chrome's making Wii games.
Chrome's making Wii games. Is that what?
I didn't say I was developing. That's just where my spare time goes when I'm not playing WoW.
Okay.
Right.
All right. Fair enough. Is there anything else to say about the PlayStation 3, or? I mean, it's launching. It's coming out.
Just as a point of interest, I'm allowed to talk on the podcast. That is a part of the thing.
Keep going. Yep.
That's what it's for, you idiot. Anyway, the Japan, the PlayStation 3 price is already dropping. They're having so much trouble selling them, they're actually starting to sell them off a little bit now.
Which is bad in Japan.
Yeah, Japan of all places. And as a counterpoint to that, Gears of War has actually broken into the top 10 in Japan. So that's the first time an Xbox game of any kind, I believe.
But that's no surprise. I told you, I'm a fan for a reason.
Yeah, but Gears of War is not a Japanese kind of game.
Okay,
for the same reason Halo wasn't.
Yeah, true. Quick question. You ever played Gears of War online?
No.
Yeah.
Yes,
No.
actually,
Yes.
for a little bit, but the Hammer of Dawn really ruined it for me.
What's the Hammer of Dawn?
You know, it's that big gun that you shoot and
Yeah,
it points
Matt.
satellites. And
Come on,
I played
it's
that
you
game.
don't know.
Come on, Matt.
it.
You know.
That's it. Is that an
God.
Xbox 360?
Yes.
Come on, let's get it up here and
The
get
play
it
it.
running. Yeah.
Matt needs to be educated.
I need warning before I can get it up.
All right, come on. Let's sail through these other topics, which we've told the good listeners we actually will talk about.
The Pope slams violent video games.
Yeah, what is
I
this?
had a bit of a look around. He's actually come out and condemned violent video games for there was a lot of quotes in the thing, like this sort of entertainment with like quotes. I love when you can put quotes around things and make them seem dubious. But anyway,
especially when you're actually able to do the little rabbit finger symbol.
I hope he did
says
that.
Entertainment.
I hope he did that. It was cooler when it was Pope John Paul II though, because he was so freaking old that I would just love to see him with his little arthritic claws.
He wouldn't have been. He'd try to do the rabbit fingers with his fingers. He'd be like. You can't see this in the podcast, so it's not as funny.
Yeah, I can, and it's not as funny either. But
and no offense to anybody who's actually religious in any way, shape, or form.
Oh no, offense is utterly intended. Yeah, no, we're going for offense.
Not stepping on anyone's toes.
I'm stepping. Anyway, I just like the idea that the Pope seems to think he can dictate what's cool and what's fun and entertainment for the kiddies.
Yep.
And they don't even approve of contraception. I mean, really, move with the times. Video games, they're here.
Look, frankly, I don't think the Pope should condemn video games until he's played them himself.
Yes, and I don't think he should condemn them anyway because it's none of his damn business.
I'm just saying he should, you know.
Also,
what? Well, there's nothing wrong with that.
We got photos.
We're getting photos of this podcast. I thought for a change we're going to take photos because I got a new digital camera. I'm very excited.
Yes.
So the more photos we take, get as many angles as possible of the whole thing. Stand up, run around,
and get Get that coin slot she
That's
had
your
going
baby
there a few
pose for
minutes
me.
ago. Yes.
So yeah, the Pope slams violent video games.
I'm not listening. In fact, I'm planning to play video games while using contraception.
Really?
I think so, just for the hell of it. Just as a rebel. I'm going to rebel
I don't.
while getting an abortion.
Okay. Thank you, Matt.
I took that a little
So
too
on
far
the next
again,
topic.
didn't I?
Thank you for lowering the standard of the podcast yet again.
The crossing.
The crossing.
I want to talk about the
I have no
crossing
idea.
because I found this a really interesting concept. Basically, you know how every time you play a video game that is a single player, you're about 20,000 times stronger than everybody else. You shoot them once and they have to shoot you a bajillion times.
Yes.
They've basically just gone with that and gone, alright, so the multiplayer and the single player version modes of the game are combined.
Yep.
And the single player is people playing against the multiplayer opponents, and okay, that's freaking me out. The multiplayer opponents are people who are basically playing a quick game to level up and to increase their standings and their rankings in the game.
It's just weird. I don't get this because, I mean, when you play a single-player game, you've got the enemies, and the enemies stay right there until you get to that certain section.
No,
and
they
then
do
attack
not.
You.
Not in this game.
What do you mean?
Well, let's say a game starts. Let's say a level starts.
Yeah. Level starts.
Level starts. It's pre-populated. Everyone's in the game. They're not waiting for you to come to them. They're going to be coming to you.
So it's Serious Sam.
Yes, but imagine Serious Sam with 800 opponents that are controlled by real people.
That's completely unfair then.
Why? They're not tough. They don't have your armor. They don't have your bullets. But they can at least think.
Look, the whole point of a single-player game is to have, from section to section, progressing through a single level and a single narrative.
No, absolutely not. The whole point of a single-player game is to give one person a specific experience by himself. How that is accomplished is totally up to the game developer.
What I'm trying to say is that, like, you start the level, and then suddenly, as soon as you start the level,
all
there's
games have to be done exactly the same.
No, listen, you start the level, and there's 1,000 people that are suddenly coming to get you. Is that how it plays?
Possibly.
I mean,
okay, but let's bear in mind a couple of things.
Okay, fair enough. Sorry, I'm thinking more the usual first-person sort of shooter.
Yeah.
Chime in here. You can talk.
Yeah, I was just going to say, maybe we should give the game a chance. And
I was just going to say, hey, you've never played it, and neither have I.
Yes,
so
I have. I've finished it.
You've finished
I
it.
think we've got to give it.
I've clocked it. The end guy's really good because he's a real guy.
And no, I think we've got to give him a little bit of kudos for doing something that's unique
Different.
and different.
I kind of like the idea simply because one problem I've always had with AI, no matter how advanced AI gets, it's never going to be as...
Sorry, keep going.
It's never going to be as smart as a real person, but if the real person is actually providing the AI...
I don't know about that. You're assuming that all real people are smart.
Yeah, at least to a basic degree. But yeah, no, you're right. We could end up with a bunch of cabbages playing this game.
It is interesting though,
playing Serious Sam style.
I'll run
at them and hit them with my claws.
But realistically, when
no, I'm an idiot. It's years of practice. Years of talking to Guy. I just listened and repeated.
Who's Guy?
Yug.
You always do that. You don't.
No,
even
I don't always do it.
Life.
I haven't done it.
You
for
just do it on the
ages.
podcast for some reason.
I haven't done it for ages. Whatever. Move on.
All right. Look, it is interesting. You could play one level one day, and it would just be filled with noobs who have no idea how to play, and it's really easy to clock that level. Whereas the next day it'll be filled with people that...
No, I suspect what would happen is as you've played the multiplayer as an enemy...
Yeah.
As you've played it a bunch, you would rank up.
And your
ranking would put you into a higher level.
So you could only rank up if you played as the enemy.
That's the point.
You'd need to really encourage people to play as enemies, because no one really wants to play as an enemy that dies after one hit.
No, but it's just you would play in a different way. It would be...
There's got to be some kind of...
It would be like playing something like Battlegrounds or PvP.
It does,
but PvP, where your team is very large and there's only one enemy.
It does sound interesting. I guess just my point is, to me, it doesn't sound like a single-player game. It literally sounds like a multiplayer game where you're playing... I mean, surely all these people who are enemies would also strategize with each other. Surely.
Only if they can.
And
can
I
they
guess
communicate
there's only
in any way?
To find out.
Wait till the game comes out and actually play it?
No,
Yeah,
come
that's
on,
crazy talk.
We just speculate
Excuse
here.
me,
and probably
that's
put the
all we do
developers
on this
to shame.
podcast.
Don't listen to the
Make 'em
podcast.
cry.
We don't know anything. We
No.
just make stuff up and
We do.
hypothesize and then
People
argue
listen
about
to
it.
us and believe the words that come out of our mouth for
Really?
no really legitimate reason.
So I don't have to worry about reputation here. It's alright.
None
Oh, hell
whatsoever.
no, absolutely
Just
not.
by being here, you've already lost it.
You've already ruined your reputation.
That's okay. I'm part of the team now. It's all cool.
You are
Fantastic.
That's right.
Mhm.
Yeah. All right. Well, what else have we got to talk about?
Well, we're actually done, so we'll see you
No,
guys
we're
later.
not. God, you're bad at that. Halo 3.
Yes.
Well, it's finished. There's nothing more to say.
Halo 3 is apparently done. It is now playable from beginning to end, and all they're doing now is polishing a little bit.
Now, whoop-de-doo, but I think the biggest news, not the biggest news, but the thing that shocks me the most
I
in terms
thought
of
that was an interesting way of leading into your little big news.
my little big news.
Little big man.
Good
little
work,
big horn. It's a age-old tradition.
Otto, how many drinks have you had?
One, actually. I
Not
had
enough.
a beer.
The
You
answer
had,
is not enough.
you had a beer.
I'm not saying, I've had a beer, I'm drunk, and anyone could have me, though that is true. But I'm just saying, by the way,
You
out of
don't
interest,
need
I
to
did
be
have a beer.
drunk.
I've noticed that.
Look, the thing that is interesting with Halo 3, the beta that's... Beta? How do you pronounce it? Beta?
Depends if you're Greek or
Beta.
not,
Am I Greek?
in some ways.
Then how do I pronounce it?
Sorry, I didn't catch that. How does
Yes,
it
say
go
that
again?
again?
No, I'm done.
That's the lowest your voice has ever gone. I'm
I know,
impressed.
I know. I
How'd you do that?
I think I strained something. Yes, the beta. I would say beta.
Okay, the beta is available. I mean, you know, everyone's going to have a chance to register for it soon. But if you want to be guaranteed to be on the beta, you have to buy a game. Crackdown.
Now, it seems to me that what they're doing, because they made it quite exclusive to actually get into the beta earlier on,
They did.
and it seems to me they're expanding that to make a larger beta, and I think before it actually comes out and before too much longer, all the requirement will be to have lungs.
And probably Xbox Live. Lungs
That
and
would
Xbox
also help.
Live would help.
Yeah, lungs and Xbox Live.
Or an Xbox 360, for that matter.
And that's all you need, so say no more.
There you go. Well, okay.
So basically just chill out for a while and you'll probably get a demo of Halo 3, which is pretty cool. Does it actually have an estimated release date? Do we just are we still in the quarters phase?
No,
Like, are we still doing the
its last
Q3?
its last estimated release date was when the PlayStation 3 comes out. And I think that was revised rather heavily.
It was fairly thoroughly
It was,
revised. Apparently it's looking very, very shiny, which one would expect.
Look, from all reports that I've heard and all the videos I've seen, I'm not impressed. I mean, it's Halo, and I haven't seen any official videos really yet, so...
There's been a lot of like in-game, but just cinematics, so we haven't really seen that much of
There's
actual
actually
gameplay.
There's actually been gameplay that's been posted up on YouTube.
Oh, okay.
There's been a couple of videos. I think the US Army, for some reason, got a copy of the...
the Iraq ones. Yeah.
Yeah.
Actually, when I first saw them, I was at work and I couldn't really have much of a look. And then my computer died. My computer died yesterday. I'm very angry about that.
Everyone, can we give Matt like a big ready? 1, 2, 3. Oh.
Thanks for that. I lost a lot of porn, I'll have you know.
Okay, ready? 1, 2, 3. Oh.
Thank you.
Okay, there you go.
It's alright, I was done with it anyway.
You feel better? Oh, really? Were you? You're sick of it. You're over it.
Yeah, I was over it.
Yeah, you got nothing better to do. Oh, World of Warcraft now. The guild. We'll be starting up the guild tonight.
Really?
Yep.
How?
You're going to log on to World of Warcraft on my computer, and I'm going to give you 10 silver.
Okay, how? How are you going to log on at the same time I do?
Because I have a spare computer.
Here.
I have a laptop.
Maybe.
We may have the technology here for this.
Can't I just mail you 10 silver?
Yeah, you can, but how many people, how are we going to sign the guild charter and stuff?
You just pay noobs 10 silver each.
No, we've actually got around almost 10 people through the forum. I actually checked it out.
Including you?
Yes, including me.
That could be the same problem that
hold
we
on.
just talked about.
People don't need to simultaneously at the same time sign the charter, do they? They don't need to be standing right there.
Yes,
Guys,
they
it's
do.
just a game. Okay, I'm just going to leave this room. I think it's time to end up. It was lovely chatting with you all. And
someone actually has to give the charter to someone to sign. And you can't just mail it to them.
All right. We'll talk about this after the podcast.
Yes, we will.
Good. Excellent. All right. Where are we at? 24 minutes. We got 5 minutes left. Let's talk about Romi again.
Yeah,
hold on.
back
Whoa.
to
Now,
Romi.
no, listen. This is actually really bothering me. This is getting to me.
Uh-huh.
It's not Romi.
It's Romi.
Romi.
I assumed it was Romi.
I thought it was right because I met. I went
You
to
met
Krome.
another
I met the girl at the front counter who was very cute.
Alex.
And I said, I need to give this to Romi. She said, who? I'm like, Romi. She's like, Romi. Who? Oh, Romi. Oh, okay.
That's not that different.
I didn't think so either, but apparently...
It's like if someone walked in and said, you know, I need to give this to Nat. You wouldn't go, who? Oh, Matt.
We
No,
actually
I
have
would
a guy
go who,
called
as
Nat,
a-
so...
Yeah, but it's fair enough.
Do you want to give a shout out to any people at Krome who are listening?
Do you want to give a shout out to your peeps?
To your fan club? To your fan club?
I don't even know if there are people still in that thing.
Oh,
In your fan club?
Yeah.
No, once you're in, you stay.
Cool.
So, yes.
Yeah, okay.
Shout out to peeps.
Okay, we've got nothing else to talk about.
No, you know what? Let's actually finish a little bit early, or at least on time.
Oh,
I say we pad the music out. Just make the music run for like
You know what?
4 minutes.
You know what? I'm actually going to make the full MP3 of the Australian Gamer music. I'm going to put that in the end. The whole thing, the whole theme song.
No, I think we should
Why?
save our listeners the hassle, and I think we should just keep talking so they...
Okay, let's keep talking. What would you like to talk
Why,
about?
no, why would we do that? Now, we pad it often. We talk crap, but we don't deliberately talk crap.
No, we are now.
never-
No. We are now.
guys.
Listen, it's not every day that we actually get a member of Australian Gamer to actually get on the podcast.
You guys
Yes, it is.
No, it's not.
You and I are on it every single
for God's
freaking
sake,
time.
you know what I mean.
I know what you
We had
said.
to fly to Sydney to get Oracle on. We had to fly to Melbourne to get AJ on. And even then, it wasn't a proper AJ on the podcast thing.
What? Why not?
Because we didn't actually get him on a podcast.
Yes, we did. Didn't we record one in his house?
No. Did we?
Yes.
Sorry, AJ, if you're listening to this. They don't mean to forget you.
AJ, I remember you.
I don't remember.
God, it's not a
No.
funeral service.
He's getting married. I don't remember him.
No, he's
He's
dead.
getting married, so he drops
He's
off the
gone
face of the
now.
Yeah,
earth.
you're-
quickly.
you're-
Sorry.
You're dead to us now, AJ. I don't have an AJ. Yes.
Anyway.
So what do you do?
That's a very good question.
What are you supposed to do?
I'm supposed to do whatever I'm told to do, and I sit in my chair at Krome and I play games, and
That's what I do at my work.
But you're saying
But I'm not
you
supposed to
you basically look after all the programmers and developers. Is that what you're saying?
yeah,
Or
I
you-
give them tasks to do.
Okay, so I mean, basically,
Massages,
if
stuff
anyone at all,
Then we have a masseur.
Really?
Are you
Yes,
serious?
we
Oh,
have a
I'm so
masseur.
going.
She comes
Oh my
in
god!
and gives our employees massages.
That
Oh,
rules.
oh,
We were
oh.
going to get one of them at our work.
With a happy ending?
That's probably
NDA,
next.
NDA, guys. I'll just put it down to
yeah,
okay.
no.
Sure. Okay.
That's a good deal. We actually thought about getting a masseur at our place as well.
Maybe for the podcasts. You know, I think
It's a
you
bit
guys
hot.
need me here for the next podcast so we can get a massive.
Can we get the official Krome Monsieur in for the next podcast?
I'll ask.
Can I
Maybe
just
you can come down and-
can I just clarify? A masseur or a masseuse?
She's a lady.
That's a masseuse then. That's
that
okay.
masseuse?
I'm okay with that. A masseur is a male.
I didn't know.
You wouldn't really care, but I do. You like the men with the big strong hands.
Well, she's got strong hands. She's
yeah.
pretty good. I haven't had a massage, but from people.
Well, how
that
do
I
you know
talk
she's
to,
really good?
Referrals.
Been told people can talk, with their lips and mouths and expressing things.
Yeah,
Yes.
talking. That's another thing I do every day. I talk.
I do that, but I'm not supposed to.
But basically, like, if anyone at all who's listening to this podcast wants a job in the video game industry as a developer or as a designer, they basically should contact you.
Yeah.
Is that what you're saying?
Remember, Romi at
Romi at
AustralianGamer.com.
AustralianGamer.com.
Actually, her mobile
That
number,
would
just
be
give me a
entertaining.
second.
Maybe we could feature it on the net. No. I didn't give you my new phone number.
So email her if you want a job. Absolutely.
Yeah, sure. That could be very exciting. Maybe we could read some of these responses live.
And then read them out and then laugh at them.
And then we
Yeah,
could,
that's very good.
And
This
we could
idiot
see the
thinks
demo reels because noob demo reels are usually pretty funny. So
See, I would have trouble doing something like a demo reel because, well, I have no talent. That's a factor. But also,
but that's what makes a good noob demo reel is that you have no talent and you give us all a bit of a laugh.
do you get one?
You're
You would
a
have to get
noob.
ones every now and then that you kind of go, there's some raw talent there.
Yeah, all
We
you've
can
got to
work with
say
that.
you
Is
get it all
that
the
the point?
time. Yeah, it's like I have the greatest idea for a game. And then they'll tell you about this cool game they played on the Commodore 64, and you can tell it's totally applicable to today's market, and really work well on our new consoles.
They have a great idea for a game that they think they could develop themselves.
I was thinking maybe chess on the computer.
Well, I'd like to talk about
Xbox
these
360
16-year-old CEOs that you get on forums where startup game developers, they walk in and they have this great idea and this great vision, and they recruit this team of people who are never going to talk to them again, and they have this one great idea and everybody else is expected to do the work. So it's kind of, that's how I got into it.
Isn't that what CEOs do?
Yeah, 16-year-old CEOs, they do that.
So 30-year-old and 40-year-old CEOs don't do that?
No, actually, I've
got to have money. That's the difference.
Yeah, I've got to give a lot of credit to our CEO. I'm pretty impressed with Walshy. I think you've had an interview with him before.
We didn't interview him.
No,
we did briefly meet him.
You really should interview him.
You know what? Guy. Matt actually tripped up the stairs before he met him. We were walking up to him and we were going... Yes, we were walking up to him.
I thought I tripped up the stairs at Pandemic.
No, that was at Krome. You may have done it at Boat.
I did.
There was that one step.
That was the one where I screamed like a girl.
Yes, you screamed like you screamed like a little schoolgirl. It was so funny. Everyone turned their heads and looked at you. And then,
it's just like
and they went, oh yeah, all right.
I do it all the time. I did it actually. I went to a wedding on the weekend, and as part of that, while we were taking photos.
Does anyone here object to these?
we were getting photos taken, and they made us go to these like really spiky rocks and like sit on these really spiky rocks, and I was just giving everyone crap for the whole thing. And while climbing around on them, I tripped, and I'm like, ah! And everyone's looked at me, and I'm
sorry.
Sorry. It's just what I do.
It's just me.
Yeah, it's just me. It's just what I do. And I actually thought I probably should stop being so...
Girlish?
Yeah,
maybe.
Yeah.
But there are some kind of women that like that in a guy. I think you picked two of them up the other night.
Yeah, no, that's
I'm
really
sorry.
my kind of woman.
I'm sorry, what is this?
We're going back to the beat story.
Oh, yes, right.
He has no memory. You've got to stop. Don't ever reference things that happened in the past. That's the trick to dealing with Yug.
Frankly, memory of a goldfish, 15 seconds ago. Don't even know what happened.
I think I've said before, but goldfish get frustrated talking to guys. Focus, dude!
Yug!
Jeez! Yug!
Alright, look, we've managed to actually ramble on for 5 minutes about absolutely nothing, which I'm quite impressed about, but we're going to wrap it up.
Are we?
Yeah.
I wanted to say something.
Oh, no.
Save it for next week.
Yeah, save it for next week.
I had a burger at McDonald's.
Yes.
And it was pretty good, but the chips weren't very good.
Okay.
Have you tried dipping them in the ice cream cone, soft serve?
No.
Where's the sick part? Where's the funny part? Where's the insulting Yug part of that story?
No, I wasn't really going anywhere with that. I just thought it was worth mentioning.
I did just want to quickly say that our next podcast will actually feature another special guest. Not that they're any more special than you, Romi.
It's okay, I don't mind not being called special.
No, you are. You're a special guest, but you're also part of the team, so it's like, yeah.
You're not special, you're extraordinary.
Oh, thank you.
That's actually... anyone who recognises that quote and is a girl, I'll marry.
What was the quote? What was the
quote?
It?
You're not special, you're extraordinary.
Okay. I'm really
it's
glad
from Buffy the Vampire
Slayer.
Right now.
Oh, nice call.
Are you going to marry me now?
Not a girl.
No, you actually would have to know where it was from and who said it, and you don't.
Spike.
No. So to all the female listeners out there, if you knew that, you should email.
Sorry, I just ruined it, didn't I? Yeah, Matt at Australian Gamer. Let's put all the email addresses out there for people to spam.
You don't have to win anything. Hell, anyone wants me, I'm here. There is no standard here.
It's not really a good prize anyway.
This is not a prize.
Article that we were going to do. I was going to do a feature article where we get Matt a girlfriend.
Yeah, that was an initial.
Whoa, sorry, this is all news to me.
Yeah, I know.
I did not know about this one.
Yes, you said yes. I got your permission.
I don't remember saying yes to that.
You've really blocked it out.
Don't remember.
Thought of me as a human being with an actual relationship probably freaked you out so
More
much.
about the any girl actually showing any kind of interest in you whatsoever.
Hey, it's happened once.
That's harsh, isn't it? But true.
Yeah. So true. Yeah, no, it's happened once. I have proof.
So hold on, we're going to do a feature article trying to hook Matt up with a girl.
No, we're so not going to do that.
See, okay, do you have your permission in an MSN log?
Wait, that's fine. Then we'll do a feature article trying to hook Matt up with a man. That's fine. That'll be a hell of a lot easier. So it's fine.
Probably would be too. I think the boys would like me more.
Anyway, look, we are going to wrap up, but next week's podcast does feature Uwe Ball.
Indeed, Uwe.
Who probably none of you recognise the name, and let me say it again. Uwe Boll.
Uwe Boll.
is how most people pronounce it.
Because that's how it looks.
He is the director of such movies as Alone in the Dark, Blood Rain, House of the Dead, and the upcoming Dungeon Siege and Postal and Far Cry movie.
Yeah, indeed.
So regardless of your thoughts on the director,
he's made a bit of a name for himself, and
He
it's not a
has.
good name that we can say on the podcast.
but we actually did do a phone interview with him, which we recorded, and we'll actually feature on the next podcast.
I recall talking to you about this earlier, and we said we wouldn't mention that, but apparently we've changed our mind.
Really?
Yeah, that was.
No,
I
we said
understand
we
it
wouldn't
was
talk about it, but I'm saying it's going to be next podcast, like as in coming
Yeah,
soon.
no, I figured we wouldn't mention it at all, but clearly that discussion was in the past, and we've been over that now.
There's that whole point that I don't remember things
Yeah,
that
I
happened
know.
like 20 seconds ago. So.
I know.
I think
I
it's
don't.
got something to do with that empty Jim Beam bottle.
That's a factor.
Hey.
We were talking.
Hey, thank you, public holiday.
We were talking to an
Happy
internationally
Australia Day, by the way, everyone.
internationally renowned movie director. Well, not renowned, but still renowned. And I called Yug, and he's like, "Yeah, I'm ready to go. Come on over. We'll do the call." I'm like, "Oh no."
This was at midnight because it's like 5. It was 4 p.m. over in Germany, and so it was midnight here, and I'd had some woman trouble sort of thing. So as I did, I got drunk, very drunk.
In Yug's defense, I think that's funny.
Yeah. Okay.
Okay, that wasn't really much of a defense,
No, not
admittedly.
really. But yeah, so midnight comes around. Matt gives me a call. Are we doing this interview? Yeah, of course we're doing the interview. Come on, I'm ready,
on, yeah.
ready to go. And then Matt comes over. He's like, "We're ready to do it." Yeah, I'm like, "Yeah, just type up the questions, man. All good." Now I fell asleep.
Yeah.
Because that's how exciting it was.
No, I just fell asleep. Like I just passed out.
But he pulled it together and it went pretty well.
Yeah, I
It was
pulled
an
it together.
interesting-
Wait,
woke up.
ready? I'm like, 1, 2, 3.
Why are we awing? I don't
Yeah,
even
why are you
care.
awing?
That's to you.
Yeah,
Yeah,
but like
but-
Matt deserves it.
Oh, I see.
I
so
do
just pick on Matt.
I
Yeah,
do just-
absolutely.
I'm going to have
definitely.
this down for next time.
I
Good,
do deserve
good.
awe. That is true.
All right, look, I think we're going to wrap this up. I think we'll probably actually. It would be a good idea to get you in again when you actually have something to talk about from Krome.
Yes, I've managed
Yeah.
to successfully say nothing about what I
That's-
do
it's
every
not that
day.
difficult.
Say nothing
Like-
about what?
Yeah.
About what I do every day.
Ah.
I've said I've talked and that's about it. I play games and...
Is this new game about talking?
Yes, excellent. I can mislead you that it's a lot about talking.
You can't mislead us. You're an official
No.
Australian gamer journalist.
Yeah, you're on our side.
I've got
That's
to
right.
keep the mystery there somehow.
No, there's no mystery.
No mystery.
We're wrapping this up. This is going on too long. We've
All right,
talked
bye-bye.
crap for 10 minutes.
Yeah, you're
Thank
not
you very much, everyone, for tuning in. And thank you very much, Romi.
Thank
for
you for
joining
having
us.
me.
Romy.
Thank you for listening.
Say hi to
And,
Michelle. Shut up.
Yes, and enjoy your fan club.
Yeah.
Thank you. When you guys are on it.
We're not on it.
We're not on it. We're not your fan club.
We're not
Okay,
fans.
okay.
You're in our fan
We
club.
have our
I'll
own
work
fan
on
club.
Yeah.
Everyone in Australia, everyone who reads Australian Gamer is our fan club.
Okay, so if you're a fan of Yug, we've got an email.
Yug at AustralianGamer.com.
AustralianGamer.com.
Spam me, please. I'm desperate to talk to people because I can't remember anything.
And we look forward
What?
to hearing
I
from
don't know.
You were going somewhere with that, but you didn't know where.
Half a bottle of Jim Beam, man. Stop talking to me.
I might call you
Come on,
Guy
do the
occasionally,
music.
but
We
at
are
least that's actually your name.
Stopping this now. Thank you, everyone, for tuning in. We'll talk to you next week.
I won't.
That's where you say goodbye. 'cause-
Goodbye.
There we go. Okay.
I might.